I'm Chelsea Zaccato.
And I'm Natalie Heacock.
And this is Lumber Slingers.
Each podcast, we will be bringing you relevant and useful industry information, including interviews with top lumber professionals and discussion of current events in the industry.
Whether it be lumber grading, industry and market trends, or who's who in lumber, we hope to extend your current tally on industry knowledge.
Happy Good Friday.
Yes.
Good Friday.
Happy Good Friday. And if Good Friday indeed, it is.
It's a good Friday indeed.
Hey, guess how good it is over here, Trent?
How good?
It's going to be 70 degrees on Sunday.
Really?
Well, yeah.
See, we keep changing. We've had rain all week, which has been very unfortunate because Quinny's on Easter break. And so it makes it a lot easier to kind of have, people taking her for play dates outside and things like that. But it's literally been thunderstorms almost every single day, which is aggressive. And we're supposed to have rain tomorrow, but Sunday it's going to be a nice, beautiful 49 degrees. So,
Ooh,
yeah.
Toasty.
Balmy.
I was just checking the weather again because in case it changed since the last time I checked it.
You're going to look back, it's going to be like 34. That's close.
74.
Even better. Wow.
Nat, do you know what you're wearing for Easter yet?
No.
Me neither. I
Florals.
haven't thought about it yet.
Big floral gal.
That's a good idea.
What about you, Trent?
Yeah.
I'm going to wear my Bucky's Hawaiian shirt because that's about as floral as I can get.
Maybe I'll wear my Bucky's dress.
Do it. Bucky's has the best of everything. I think we've talked about how much I love Bucky's. And
We have.
I found out that recently that the one in Wisconsin is going to be opening up hopefully in mid-2027. So can't come any quicker.
I wonder where the closest West Coast Bucky's is.
Colorado.
The closest one to the West Coast. You think Colorado?
In Colorado. There was some, I think that's probably, especially to you, it would be Colorado. Yeah.
Dang.
So you could go to one when you go and visit family if you ever have any family there.
Yeah, we almost went once. Then I saw how many cars were in the lot and I was like, nah, I'm good. We can keep driving.
Like that. Yeah, it's a cluster, but it's worth it. Worth every second because it's the greatest place in the world.
Yeah, I think if it was a destination, we were passing through driving back to Oregon. So I was kind of like, let's just stay on the road. This could take an hour.
It can. It will absolutely. But you'll leave like $300 poorer, but you'll have bags worth of stuff that you didn't know you needed an hour before that.
Priceless. It sounds priceless.
Yes.
It is. I'm really kind of sad because I could be getting my Bucky's Easter on right now if I had a Bucky's. I'm sure they have some good Bucky's Easter stuff. So
I bet they have great Easter stuff there.
I'm sure they do. Well, you should wear a Bucky's shirt next time, Trent.
Oh, I will. You can switch it up.
Maybe switch it up next time.
We'll see. Maybe we'll.
This today had to be intentional.
I wore this red shirt to match you today, Trent. Didn't say anything.
Yep. It may or may not have been. I don't know. I guess we'll find out next week, huh?
Guess we will.
For those of you that watch our YouTube videos,
If you don't watch our YouTube videos, like and subscribe. What's wrong with you?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're almost over 100 subscribers.
You are at 100. You're at
100?
Yep.
Wow.
It was a big push last week. Big push.
Thanks, Trent.
Big push in the Trent
Yes,
household.
yes.
I'll look right now where we're at. Let's see here. Oh, okay. 100. We're at 100.
Boom.
Yay.
Boom.
Yay.
Boom. Boom.
Well, we also recorded live at the Mass Timber Conference.
Yes.
So we're going to post that here probably Monday.
Yeah. Release it Monday.
And that probably got us some subscribers. Also, Chelsea, we need mugs.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I agree.
And maybe we could give a mug away for subscribing. Maybe if it's like the 150th subscriber.
Tell Trent about our shirts making it to the World CrossFit competition.
Yeah, this will be okay. Natalie, by the way, figured out how to put pictures into the YouTube when we're talking about something. So into the YouTube, I really sound old.
Into the old YouTube machine.
So is his name Robert at the Ferreras booth? He is like 1,200 in the world in CrossFit. And
the world.
And so last year when we were at the Ferreras booth, we gave him a shirt for being so kind to allow us into his booth and his business. And he took one of our Lumber Slingers podcast shirts and he wore it at the competition this year. And so there's two great pictures. One, the front says wood is good and the back is Lumber Slingers podcast. So he represented us in this championship competition. And we'll post a picture here so everybody can see it. So something you'll want to watch on YouTube for. But yeah, pretty cool. I mean, that was so sweet. He was like, he came right up to us and was like, I wore your shirt. This competition. We were like, oh my God. But didn't realize
No
what a big
way.
deal it is.
Super cool. The
So
other thing
cool.
that we do have to shout out before we get started is the booth at Mass Timbers called Bath Systems. If you need a bath system, you must talk to Ricardo.
Ricardo is the man. Okay.
And he has Aperol Spritz at his booth. And he said that he listened to our podcast last year and knew that we loved them so much, he brought them back.
He wasn't going to have them this year. He made a last minute, because I think we brought him up again recently and somebody told him. And he was like, oh, okay, I'm going to have to do this. He brought it back. So we sat with him at his booth for a while and had several Aperol Spritzes. It was delicious.
And we are so thankful. So bath systems are prefabricated modular housing solutions. They're very interesting, but they can also go into hotels, medical complexes, and he has like brought one on site so you can like walk into the bath
that's cool.
and see it. It's very cool. So we have to give him a shout out. We love our Aperol Spritzes. He also, and so he is very particular. He sits there and watches the bartender make the Aperol Spritz to make sure it is made with the correct proportions.
Yes.
Dang, I love it.
Which, you know, he applies the same method to his bath system. So if you want to know that you're getting something that is meticulously measured and built and structurally sound, check them out. Bath systems. Take a bath and have an Aperol Spritz in your bath.
I love it. There you go.
And please have Aperol Spritzes next year. Okay.
Yeah, please keep it going.
So
It was an
Trent,
awesome show.
we are curious to know what the news is today because we've been in Mass Timber World for a week.
Okay.
right.
Well, there's been some fun things that have been coming up this week. It's kind of a nice little cross section of different areas we can delve into. One of the most read articles this week was about Weeks and Snavely uniting under a new
Aw.
brand name, U.S. Building Materials.
Which stands for Weeks and Snavely.
That's
Boom.
right.
I figured that out too. Yeah.
Yeah, good thing people listen to us because we just really break it down for you.
Yeah, it sounded like it, you know, when you combined multiple companies together and you're trying to operate under multiple different brands, I could see that how that would get confusing. So it sounded like it was just the next evolution of this merger to come up with kind of a single brand name. But it's nice that it incorporates both the names into the brand.
I did not know that they were an ESOP,
Yeah,
but they are.
they are an ESOP, yes.
Well, congratulations to them. I know, I mean, Chelsea knows more than me because I don't do that much marketing, but I'm sure behind the scenes, this was a lot of work to just roll it out. So congratulations.
Yep. Yes, congrats to WS Building Materials.
Another recent announcement acquisition wise is that Mead Lumber acquired supply in Guthrie's Ace Hardware in Oklahoma. So they've had a couple of expansions over the past few years. So, this is what number they say 56 locations in 9 states for Mead Lumber now.
And they're also 100% employee owned.
It's the day of the ESOP.
It's the day of the ESOP, second ESOP deal in the same week's news.
Good Friday, day of the ESOP.
Yep. Well, I will say the next company that we're going to talk about is definitely not an ESOP. It's QXO. They're not employee owned. They're publicly owned, so to speak. So just a quick update on them that they this week did officially complete their acquisition of Kodiak Building Partners.
I feel like I've
Yes.
heard this 700 times upside down and backwards. Do they do a press release every time they get like one step further or?
Well, they did because they did when they got like approval and so on and so forth. So just kind of a final quick update on that aspect to your point. That and then I think it was Canfor was the other one. There was a lot of like updates, of different approvals that came across, but with them and Canfor Pulp. So, yep.
Mm-hmm.
But nope, nothing else to hear about that one until there's any branding change at any point in time. Then that'd probably be the next thing there. So it'll be interesting to see how they operate the different brands under Kodiak because they got a lot of different retail yards across the U.S. So it'll be interesting. Do they keep all the names? Do they try to over time come up with a singular brand? Like who knows?
Yeah. I mean, this is an interesting one to watch. It's huge for our industry. They're trying to incorporate AI and technology into the way that they do business. And I read that Brad Jacobs is targeting 50 billion in annual revenue. So
The
they
next
they
decade.
are a tech obsessed public company that is going to be worth to watch, and they're going to keep us updated. It sounds like we'll hear every twist and turn that happens. So
Can't wait.
I don't know. Do you think it's exciting, guys, or do you think it's terrifying?
Yes.
I think Good. I like that insight, Trent. That's what we have you
Yes,
on here
good
for.
feedback.
I think it's exciting. I think that the more people that can push our industry forward, take us to the next level, whether that means promoting our industry with technology, with positive PR, the better for everyone. What's that saying, Chelsea? The more
The merrier?
ships in the harbor rise with the water.
Rising tides rides all strides.
I like more the merrier better.
Yes. Rising
Do you
tides
guys
rise all ships.
do you guys ever think like maybe if we recorded on Monday, we'd be like firing a little more?
No. I think I'd be firing even less.
We did for a while, don't you remember? We changed
Yeah,
it to Fridays.
it was too hard.
It was too hard. Talk about Monday scaries.
Yeah.
We
No, I
just give
think
the
it's
Friday flurries.
yeah. No, I think that it's exciting, but it's also I think just AI in general is one of those scary things just in the context that you look at how quickly it's evolving, and it's just like, I mean, like not to be a doomsday type person, but it's like I just do a comparison to look how quickly like social media came and we didn't have good precautions for lack of a better way, of understanding the effects of it. And you look at what happened now for better or worse. And I feel like with AI, it's got a similar thing where it's like, we're not going to necessarily, it's like you don't really know the worst case scenarios until they possibly happen. So it's like, and I don't mean that from like a technology like like a Terminator type aspect of just, like how is it going to be implemented? Like, I mean, you see it happening a lot with the computer side with, coding, that was a job that used to be super secure and now it's like those are gone. Oh, it's just interesting. But with that being said, to Natalie's point, I think it's interesting because there is so many great uses for it, which can be like, can make people and companies 10 times more productive. So that's where it's like it's a balance, and as long as we keep a balance, then I think that
Hmm.
then it's just positive. But hopefully, we can find the balance and keep it.
Trent, my Claude just popped up and told me to phase you out because you're not a believer in AI. So actually,
Bye.
bye. Anyways, Chelsea, what else is happening in the news?
I love Claude. I love Lamp.
I love that.
Well, there was one other big one an expansion for Mitri. What was that about? Trent, are we going to talk about that one?
No, we can absolutely talk about that one. That one was one that is hot off the press. Actually, let me bring that up real quick there. Unless you have it off the top of your head, I lost it for some reason.
I saw that they acquired door fabrication and finishing assets in Eastern Canada from North
Cornerstone.
Star. North
Yes.
Star True Built Doors expanded capabilities in Western Canada, positioning itself as the North American leader in interior door systems. So they're basically building
Yes.
vertically
That was the
integrated.
division of Cornerstone. Yep. That was a division of Cornerstone Building Brands. So, I mean, that kind of comes on the heels of their Owens Corning acquisition they made, like, was it last month, actually? No, it would have been in February. I'm sorry. I think it was mid-February. So, I mean, they're making some big pushes, East Coast, West Coast, every coast, up, down, left, right.
Okay, that sounds good. You did kind of sound like a robot for a second, but hopefully maybe that was Trent. Are you Claude? Did you come back as
That was
Claude?
Claude. All right. Give us the wait, is that all the news?
Well, there's one more thing I want to go over real quick. There's Rainier. They announced that they have a new logo. So I thought that I'd have to run it past, the logo panel here to make sure that everyone approves of it. So
Okay,
it's there,
let's
for their combination with Pilot Celtic.
okay, we're gonna go around and we each need to grade what we think. Okay, so I'm gonna
Let's
click
do
on it
it.
right now. Interesting. I like the tree in the R. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
it's here's the thing. It's simple. It's not too noisy. I like the tree. I'm gonna give this one a 6.5 out of 10. Natalie?
I was thinking a 7, and I'm docking because I don't like the color.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. So what you're
See,
talking
I
to
like
what?
the color. Yeah, like I like the color. I think I like the orange. I just feel like there could be another color in there that would add a little bit more oomph to it. I like exactly. Like, and it's a little bit kind of monotone almost because of that. And I will say that the tree in their R looks similar to our logo, so I can't hate on that aspect. I like that. But yeah, I feel like they could have had a little bit more pop to it. But I do like that, like kind of like orangey type color. I do say the one thing I could see, I think that maybe the tree is like kind of that little touchback to Pilot Celtic. Maybe that's what they're going with that one. So that's what I'm thinking on that.
I didn't realize that they are a REIT, real estate
Yep.
investment trust. I did not realize that.
Yeesh.
Yeah. I like it is as a person in marketing and branding, I do think it's hard you want to incorporate the tradition. You want to keep the tradition and move things forward. So it's a really fine balance that you have to make. So, and it's a big company, it's a big change. So respect to that. I pay respect to that. but I can still give my feedback and have my honest opinion. So Trent, what was your number?
I'd say probably around a 5.5.
Oh,
Okay.
It's very specific. So, with that being said, the last real quick thing I just wanted to point out, news-wise, is that Weyerhaeuser was announced that they're opening a new distribution center in Gallatin, Tennessee. It's their
Okay.
first Tennessee distribution center. So I thought that was cool. I like the little artist rendition that they had in there. That I liked a lot. That was a good drawing.
good job, Weyerhaeuser.
Good job, Weyerhaeuser.
Now, for the fun little updates, mortgage applications, they decreased again, down 10.4% from 1 week earlier. But I think the more startling thing is the the mortgage rates. The 30-year fixed rate came in this week at 6.46%. So I think maybe it was like a fever dream that it went below 6. I'm not sure if that even really happened. I mean, technically I was out of the country, so it could have been not real. So like, I mean, it's wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind
and
of yeah. Yeah. I don't know
lumber
what to say about
prices
it.
are going up too. So
Yes.
what's going on? Lumber prices up, mortgage applications down,
Freight
mortgage rates up.
Yeah. That makes sense. I can see some, correlation there for sure. So but yeah, getting back up to 6.46, right? That just that kind of blew me away. That's such a aggressively big uptick. So
And lumber prices are 518.
518 as of last Friday, up $5 or 1%, and up 5% or $23 from a month ago.
Nice. Wow. There's
That's
a lot going on.
that's a strong lumber market.
Yeah, yep.
It's not
That's
explosive
also
though. Just going up.
You kind of wish the prices would go up like the mortgage rates, huh? Boom.
I know.
And fuel would go down. Be nice.
Yeah,
Yes,
that would be
that would
nice.
be nice. Very
My
nice.
gosh, I heard diesel was what 538 last
Where?
week or this week.
Like
West Coast
average. Because I'll tell
average.
you how much it was here, $6.18 a gallon.
Yeah, and I think
Oh my
in
gosh.
California, I think that was the average price I saw, and the highest was in California at 7.
It was like $5 around here. I saw when we were going on the interstate the other day.
Well, thanks for the news, Trent. We were happy to be with you today. We missed you at our conference.
We
I
did.
know. I wish I could have
We
made
always
that
miss your
one, but
presence.
yes. Next
We'll
sometime soon.
we'll see you next week.
And have a
All right,
happy
then
Easter,
we're able-
everyone.
Yes. Have a
Happy
happy
Easter.
Easter.